I'm literally so excited about this video. I don't know why, but I'm really excited about it. But hello, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title, we are talking today all about like how to start. Okay, we've all set our goals for the new year, but now what? Like, how do we actually start on them? And I just want to preface this by saying that there is a lot of right ways to do it. This is just what works for me. And if it works for you too, great. Hopefully I can provide some guidance for you guys. You guys know I'm all about being kind to ourselves and not, you know, having this all or nothing mindset, especially in the new year. But if this doesn't work for you, maybe it just give you some inspiration to find a way that works for you to succeed on your goals for 2023. So I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna do this over a few days. This isn't gonna be your like traditional goal video in the sense of like morning habits, nighttime habits, because I feel like that is done so much on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, y'all know I love a good morning routine. My next video is a morning routine, which is why I tried to steer clear of those like morning habits in this video, because I'm going to cover them in depth in the next video. But just to show you guys that working on your goals can be fun and include fun things, if it's what you make of it, is what I'm trying to say. You guys know we spent the last few days getting back into routine. That was my last video. And what we're gonna do over the next few days is kind of break up our how to start into a few different sections. So this morning I spent some time breaking down those goals into smaller goals and habits, because that's just the easiest place to start. I think we get so excited to set goals that we kind of forget that that's literally only one step in the journey. Okay, controversial take, but I don't think that setting goals is the most important step. I think the most important step you make is the first step towards those goals, like the action, the first step you take towards actioning on those goals, if that makes any sense. Something I also did, and I do every January, is I make like a master get it done list, which is all those things that I want to get done in January, all of those like one-off to-do lists. So for example, one thing I really want to do is organize all of our meal delivery kit recipes, but that's not really a goal for the year, right? Like that's just like one actionable to-do item. So I have that on there. I have like book my annual physical, book a dentist cleaning, like all those kinds of things that are just like one-offs. And I made a giant list for that as well. So on days that I'm kind of feeling less motivated to work towards my big goals, I can still feel productive and like I'm getting things done. I wanted to share with you guys this acronym that I found, because personally I was never able to connect with the whole SMART goal thing. Like it just never made sense to me. But I found this acronym and they're called HARD goals, and it was developed by Mark Murphy, who is the CEO of Leadership IQ. And I really wanted to share it because it actually resonated with me and made more sense than the whole SMART goal thing. So basically, HARD is an acronym that stands for heartfelt, animated, required, and difficult. So heartfelt means you obviously need to have an emotional attachment to your goal. Like, why do you want to succeed? Why do you want to get to a certain milestone on social media? Why do you want the raise or promotion? Like, what is the emotional attachment you have to that goal? Animated is, you know, being motivated by a vision or a picture or a movie. So when you close your eyes, like, how do you picture yourself succeeding and hitting that goal? Required, goals need to feel so urgent and necessary that you have no other choice but to start acting on them now. And then difficult, so it's got to drag you out of your comfort zone and then activate your senses and attention. And I just loved that acronym. It just kind of made a bit more sense to me in my mind than the whole SMART goal thing. So hopefully that was helpful to someone else. Let's jump into it. This is going to be kind of the only chatty part. The rest is going to be pretty vlog style. I'm really excited about it. Personally, I feel like there's a few different ways that we can kind of go about the goals. The first is getting into a routine. I filmed a whole video on this. I really think that's the most important first step. Like, you cannot be the best version of yourself and tackle and add on new habits and goals if you don't even have an established routine. And maybe one of your goals for the year is to establish a new routine, and that is a really, really great place to start. When you're getting back into routine, that's also a great place to kind of plug in those habits that are associated with routine. So like drinking more water, working out, reading, screen time, etc. Like, you can kind of add on those goals to your routines. But then we have a lot of goals like, I don't know, invest XYZ money or get more organized, stuff like that that doesn't really apply to a routine. And I feel like there's a few ways you could go. So if you were like me and you made kind of like a master to-do list for January, you could start with those so you kind of feel like accomplished. You could start with a fun goal so that you are easing into it, or you could do kind of a little bit of a combination. So personally, I like to combine fun goals with hard goals. So those big and scary goals, which for me is getting back into a routine at the gym, which I know it's kind of crazy that that's a big scary goal to me, but we're all so different. I want to tackle that right away and get into a good routine with the gym right away, but I want to be really easy on myself and I want to make it realistic. So I'm not going to go ahead and say I want to work out every single day of the week. That's not realistic for me. I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. That way I can spread it out, and I think that's a really attainable and realistic goal. And on days that I'm doing a big scary goal, I try and leave it just at that. It's just how I work best. So today, for example, all that I'm going to do today to be one step closer to my goals is to work on my big and scary goal, because I don't have a lot of willpower when it comes to going to the gym. So for me, that kind of goal needs to be on its own and not attached to like 3 other goals that I'm going to work on. I find with like the big and scary goals, it's best to like kind of do those on their own. And then tomorrow we're going to do a lot of like little fun goals. So one of the big goals I have for this year is to make our house a home. So we're going to do some decorating around the house. Another one of my goals, which I'll share in a sec, is more self-care habits. So we're gonna do some self-care and some of those like one-off master to-do list goals, like organizing my business expenses and stuff like that. I personally work best with reward. Like I literally have to dangle a reward in front of my face to do it, and that's how I work best, and that's fine. Like I've come to terms with it. And I also think that that is really helpful when it comes to starting big scary goals, is to make it fun and rewarding. So for me, I love watching YouTube, obviously, and I love creating videos. And so when I am not feeling motivated to go to the gym, or I'm trying to take that first step, I have to make it fun and something I look forward to. And to be honest, I am not back into a routine enough to say like, yeah, I really want to go lift today. You know what I mean? So for me, how I'm going to get to the gym today is I'm going to tell myself like, okay, you can go to the gym and you can watch one YouTube video on the treadmill to warm up, because once you're warmed up and you're there, you're going to feel really motivated and fired up. Then you're going to do your workout and then come home. Whereas if I just said we're going to the gym right now, I'd be like, I don't really want to do it. So I'm the kind of person that I have to make it fun, and I literally have to reward myself every second of the way, and that's totally fine because I've just realized that's who I am. But yeah, I'm super excited to take you guys along. I don't want anyone watching this to think this is going to be me literally attaching 50 habits and goals and trying to accomplish everything in 2 days, because that's just not sustainable long term. We're going to take things slow, and I hope you guys enjoy, and let's jump into it. I'm going to share with you guys my Notion and kind of show you guys how I took my big goals and broke them down into smaller goals and habits, because that is just the easiest way to start. And that's what I want you guys to do, is take your big goals, break them down into monthly goals or, you know, smaller habits, and then go from there. Okay guys, this is my goals and habits page on Notion. You guys will actually see my whole Notion tour in my morning routine, which will be in the next video. I'm really excited about that. Here are just some journal prompts to get me thinking, which I actually did this, but I did it in my physical journal, so keeping that a little private. And here are my yearly goals: finance, personal, health, travel, business, and home. And I just want to remind you guys that it's totally okay to be changing your goals, because we are fluid creatures. We're not rigid creatures. So if you decide, oh, I want to try this instead, or do that, or change it up, it's totally fine. That's why I like to do things digitally now, because I can add them in so easy. So some of my goals may have already changed for 2023, and we're a week into January, because I've just kind of come across some things that I want to work on. I'm going to break down some of these yearly goals for you guys and kind of show you how we're going to make them a bit more attainable and integrate them into our everyday life. So for example, max out my TFSA. That's a great goal, but how are we going to achieve that? Well, this is the amount I need to contribute every month so that I can max it out. And then any extra cash that I make will also go into my TFSA. Because it's so easy to say like, oh, I'm gonna max out my Roth IRA. Oh, I'm gonna max out my TFSA. But how are we actually gonna do that? And a good business payout model. So incorporating my business, setting up a business account and credit card, and paying myself dividends and keeping track of that, right? Like, it's so easy to say like, okay, I'm gonna find a good business payout model. But how are you gonna do that? You need to break it down. Get a raise or promotion. So these are the 3 things I'm gonna do. Keep up with my career progression tracker, list my accomplishments, research competitive salaries in the job market, track my expenses monthly, make a Notion template, separate my spending, be better about write-offs, and track taxes that I put aside. And then I also want to put in here, be better about organizing my receipts / papers. More present in the evenings with Matt. That's something we're going to work on in this video. So how are we going to do that? Minimal screen time in the evenings. No phone during TV and bedtime. Read before bed and no phone at dinner. 100 books. Reading at bedtime. No scrolling. DNF books sooner if you aren't enjoying them. Create a morning routine you look forward to. So these are the habits that I'm going to do. And like I said, I'll touch on that a little bit more in my morning routine video. continue to be healthy and well, move my body for 30 to 40 minutes a day, and find movement that makes you excited, find more self-care habits, learn to do my own nails, find a self-care hair routine, and more long walks and podcasts. Over here in home, finish the entryway, finish the kitchen, pick out backsplash, finish styling bar shelves, DIY renovate my bathroom. These are the things I'm gonna do. You guys kind of get the idea there. Anyways, I'm really excited for this video. I think it's gonna be really fun and kind of a bit different than like your average getting to it in the new year, because we're really just gonna focus on a combination of fun and hard things. So a good example of this is that, like I said, today I'm gonna work out and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna tell myself that when I get to the gym, I can watch some YouTube and then I can do my lift and I'm gonna feel great about it. I'm gonna brainstorm it as I think of like, what do I really wanna do tomorrow? Like if you have a day off, like what goal do you wanna work towards? What's the first thing that comes to mind? To me, it is like styling some stuff around the house. I have some prints to pick up at Staples. Like that really gets me excited. And then attach a goal that like you're maybe less excited about. So for me, I really don't want to take the time to file my business expenses, but I ordered a file organizer on Amazon, and that's how we're gonna organize all that stuff. And then I'm gonna spend some time going through my business accounts and all that. I find attaching a fun goal with a less fun goal just makes it more attainable, in my opinion anyways. So that's the plan. I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, there is a morning routine coming if you are one of those people that likes more of the like health and wellness habits, kind of working on those. But I also wanted to just do something a bit different because I feel like no one shows like working towards like other goals. Do you know what I mean? Welcome to the vlog. That was such a long intro, but I'm fired up and I hope you guys are too. So here is an example of my like get it done in January list. So doctor's appointments, dentist, car service, just things that I like to do in January. Go through who I'm following on social media and just kind of like do a clean out, vet appointments, organize the pantry for expired food, etc. So whenever you're feeling not motivated to work on like big goals, you can always do something on here. And yeah, I'm just kind of person that likes to get all this done in January. And like I said, working on these things sometimes gets me kind of fired up to start working on my goals. You gotta start small, you know? Guys, I ended up changing my mind and I'm gonna do a little at-home Pilates workout. It just kind of sounded fun and really trying to lean into doing things I want. So got my yoga mat, I've got my weights. One's moved by Nicole, 15-minute full body Pilates HIIT at home with weights. Out right now, I'm running some errands that kind of have to do with some of the habits I want to work on today. So we're going to go to Staples. I have to pick up some prints to just change out in the house, which one of my goals was like just working on making our house feel like more of a home. I'll get into that after and show you guys those. And now I'm at Sally's. What's this place called? I've never been here. Sally's Beauty. The beauty store. I don't know. I want to see if they have the little nail things you put on to take off your nail polish, because I don't like doing it with tin foil. It's okay if some of your goals have changed already, or if you've decided to add new ones in. I feel like the best goals and the most intentional goals are the ones that kind of come about over time. I was on a walk today with Michaela and she was talking about how she wants to start doing her own nails, and that's something I've wanted to do for a while, but something I struggle with, which this should also be a goal I work on this year, is to stop being so much of a people pleaser and care what people think. I love my nail salon, I love going, and I really want to do more self-care for myself and just like learn to do new things. And I really want to start doing my own nails, but I haven't, because I'm like, so like, what if the nail salon, like, I know they probably don't even care, but like, what if I just like stop going and like I don't know, I just like worry too much what people think. And so I want to work on that, but I also want to do more self-care for myself this year. And obviously, like, you know, I like take nice showers and I drink tea and all that stuff, but I think it would be really nice to do my own nails now that my natural nails are so long. Long story short, I think I'm gonna order a nail kit on Amazon. I've saved some TikToks with like some things that you need to get, and I don't know, I just think it would be nice to be able to do more things for myself at home and have a bit more self-care. So, but anyways, that's a goal that I think I'm gonna add, actually, is finding new ways to self-care. Is self-care a verb? Like, to self-care, like self-care it up, you know what I mean? And I think I want to start doing my own nails. I think that'd be really, really fun. So I'm gonna go in and see if they have the little clips for your nails to take the nail polish off and any acetone, because when I take them off myself, I obviously like strip the top layer of my nail, and if they don't, I'll get them on Amazon. But I figured I would just check since I'm here. We're gonna go to Staples, like I said, pick up some prints, And I don't think I need to go anywhere else. Like I said, I feel like no one really talks about this part, which is like taking those first few steps. And if people do, it's always in the form of like a morning routine, which is fine. I love a morning routine. I literally just filmed one. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. But you never see like other goals, if that makes sense, right? Or like the ones that people find boring that actually would be like fun to watch. I feel like when we associate goals, we always break it down to a morning and night routine, which obviously is very important. I'm not saying it's not, but that's kind of like all you see on the internet and you never see the other stuff. So I thought it'd be just like different to shake it up with some different goals and how I'm working on them. But let's go inside and see if we can get some nail stuff. Alrighty guys, this has nothing to do with the new year. I just really wanted to try the new Starbucks pistachio cold brew and see what it's about, because I'm just not sure like how pistachio tastes in a cold brew. So we're gonna try it out. It says that it's a pistachio cold brew with vanilla syrup in it, so it's kind of like, I guess, the pumpkin, how it's like pumping cold foam and vanilla syrup. But I just went into Indigo because I don't know if anyone else can relate, but I feel like I'm like overloading you guys with information, but I have my goals and my habits I want to work on throughout the year. But I feel like I also have like a master list of just like random shit I want to do in January, you know, like book my doctor's appointments, like all that kind of stuff. And there's just like random life admin tasks on like my get done before January and like be done with it list. And one of them was to find something to put all of our Chef's Plate recipes in. We love doing Chef's Plate. It's the meal delivery service we do, and we're not going to stop anytime soon, but we just don't have a good way to like organize the recipes. So I went into Indigo because they were still having their Boxing Day sale, and I found this like little guide to keep our recipes in. So anyways, just like also have like one-off things to do. But let's try this coffee. I'm so curious. To be honest, it doesn't taste like anything. Okay, the foam is like very pistachio-y though. It's good. Okay, the cold foam is really yummy. The cold foam is like pistachio vanilla, but it doesn't like seep down into the cold brew very well, if that makes sense. We're home from our little adventure, our little outing. I'm very proud of myself because I know it's only the first week of January, but we're starting strong. One of my goals for last year that I'm still working on and I'm implementing this year is to kind of like jam pack my errand days instead of doing a little bit every day. So I'm very proud of myself because I did that this week. I didn't leave the house at all on my work days, and here we are at the end of the week and I ran all my errands. It feels kind of nice to like have something to look forward to on my day off. So let me run you guys through what we went and got. So I went to Sally's and I picked up some acetone for my nails, and then the rest of the stuff I ordered on Amazon because it was a little bit more inexpensive and they didn't have any of the gel like nail kits at Sally's in stock or the little finger things. But I picked up some acetone. At Indigo, I stopped to pick up this little file folder. So I was trying to find something that I could use to store them. I didn't really care what color it was, and this was on sale at Indigo. And I had a gift card still, so I love that. But actually, let's do a little perfect. Yay, it's gonna fit. Okay, that's literally perfect. So that's what I picked up at Indigo. We're getting organized. And then I went to Staples to pick up my prints to organize and style the bar area, which I'm gonna film a whole like Instagram reel after. I'll also take you guys through that because one of my goals for this year, you guys know, is to make our house a home, and that's how we're doing it. And then I stopped at the thrift store because I needed one last little trinket, which I know I really want to steer away from like trinkets in 2023, but just in terms of styling, I needed something to put on top of the books, and these are literally perfect. So I got these two bowls for $3.99, which I'm so excited about. They're from Bouclair. Like, that's a pricey little spot, and like they're a little scuffed up, but they're just gonna hold things. And I'm actually gonna put one of them in my office because I love to have a little bowl for my memory cards and my SD cards. They're just like these really pretty bowls. They're a little scuffed up, but that's okay. And the random things that I got, I'm really excited. So I think we're gonna start with styling the bar area because I really think that will like help me feel like my life is together by like having one part of the house complete. Okay, I have these two for the fireplace. I'm hoping they look good. I'm really excited about them. And then I had to get a few sizes. I got the two smaller sizes because I never remember what size the frame is, but I got these for the entryway, which I'm so excited about. If you know, you know. I just thought it would be cute in our entryway because it's like obviously a property deed. And then this is for the bar area. Once again, I just got two sizes because I didn't know. This is the main one we're gonna do. So I'm hoping to kind of have like these two. I think it'll be so nice. Matt and I picked this one out, so I'm really excited. I just emptied the shelves and we are going to get started, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. right, guys, next thing we're gonna do is build this file organizer I got from Amazon for the business. I'm really excited about this. This is like pure adulting. You guys, it literally fits in my closet perfectly. These are the categories I have so far. Obviously there's a lot more write-off categories than this, but anything else like tech and stuff I obviously order online, so I get a receipt there. So this is just for stuff typically for videos, like if I'm shopping for a video, specifically travel, like when we go to Disney. And then yeah, like my car receipts, I get those manually and I do write off a portion of my car. So anyways, I'm really excited for this. I'm gonna go and grab all my receipts so far and categorize them. Hello, it's 3:30. I just took Sel for a walk. My sister-in-law is gonna come over with the boys, like I said, and we're just gonna hang out for a little bit and catch up. But I caught myself on my walk being a negative Nelly, and I wanted to share because I'm sure if I'm thinking it, someone else is thinking it too. And this is just a reminder that Rome wasn't built in a day. You cannot work on every single goal that you have set in one day. And I need to remind myself of that because I beat myself up so easily when I think I'm not doing enough. I have to remind myself that like I have a well-established morning routine, I have a well-established night routine, and throughout that day, if I'm working on my goals with like, let's say 2 to 3 habits, like that is enough. That is sustainable. I feel like I started watching YouTube videos while I was just getting stuff done around the house, and like all of these people were talking about their like 20 plus habits that they're doing in a day, and it kind of got me overwhelmed. And this is not me hating on anyone by any means. You guys know I preach doing what works for you, and if that works for them, great. But I was like, man, like I'm not doing enough. Like I'm just doing, you know, 2 to 3 habits a day. But I have to remind myself that that's what's sustainable for me. And this is just a reminder to not compare your journey with anyone else's on the internet, especially with New Year's content, right? I made a promise to myself that I would not overload my brain. I wouldn't shove 10 goals onto my plate every single day, because guess what that's gonna do? It's gonna make me burn out in like 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be halfway through January and have like given up on half my goals, right? So I have to remind myself that slow and steady wins the race, and 2 to 3 habits a day is more than enough. Some days you're gonna do more, some days you're gonna do less, but ultimately sustainable leads to success, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that these people are doing too much. Like I always say, whatever works for you, but I need to work on this too, is to stop comparing myself to other people's New Year's journeys. Overall, if I look back, I feel like I did a good amount of things today and I had a good day. Like it's not like I had a bad day. Like I'm really happy with my day. And I need to remember that. So I just want to say that I'm proud of myself, because I really struggle with keeping up habit and routine on busy days. And I just had a lot going on today. And that for me is more important than like overloading my plate with habits, is to keep those simple habits going on busy days. So give myself a little pat on the shoulder for that. All right, my sister-in-law is going to come over. They live like 5-10 minutes away. We're going to hang out for a bit, and then Matt and I are gonna have a little at-home date night, and I'm gonna kind of take you guys through that and show you guys how we've been just a bit more intentional with our time, because that is one of my habits for the new year, is more intentional time with Matt and less screen time. Another one of my goals is 3 hours of screen time or less. I'm pretty good. I'm only around the 4-hour mark, so I only want to decrease it by about an hour. I really like doing a little like 3-4 p.m. check-in, kind of when it turns into the evening. That way I'm going into the evening, I don't know, just knowing my screen time. Right now, my screen time is at about 2 hours. So I know that I should probably not check my phone too much tonight. Denver. morning guys, happy Saturday. It is the last day I think I'm going to vlog because I'm pretty sure this is going up tomorrow, but good morning, hello. I just want to pop in here and say that it's okay to take a break from your goals and your habits, even in January. I personally believe that slow and steady wins the race. You know what's that saying about the hare and the turtle? I want to be the turtle. I don't want to be the speedy rabbit, okay? I want to be the turtle that's like vibing and enjoying life. I don't want to be the rabbit or the hare or whatever that like little fairy tale is. You know what I'm saying? But I personally am the kind of person that needs rest, and I really do view the weekends as rest just because I have so much going on during the week, and I'm just the kind of person who would rather like jam pack my week and then have my weekends for rest than to like do a little bit every day. And so I just think it's really important, and I might be in the minority here that's like I'm taking a break from my goals on the weekend, but for me that's just more sustainable long term. And could you say that you guys saw that we went on a nice walk in the forest? That's like, I guess that's technically like a goal of ours. I would call it more of like a couple goal. Like I didn't write it down on my goals for this year, but we do want to get out for a hike every weekend, and we have a really beautiful forest near us. Could you say that that was working towards my goals? Yeah, I was getting outside. You know, I want to be a really healthy version of myself this year and continue to get movement in. So you could say that that was working towards my goals, but I really just viewed it as something I enjoy doing. And I just feel like it's important to talk about the fact that it's okay to have goals that challenge you, but then also goals that you enjoy and look forward to. And I actually think that's more sustainable, is to kind of split it up, right? Like you can have goals that require you to hustle and work towards, right? But you can also have goals that just make you happy. And for me, moving my body in ways that brings me joy is something that makes me happy. And so, I don't know, I just feel like I have so much to chat with you guys about, and I hope you guys are okay with this being a chatty vlog, but I just really think it's so important to be kind to ourselves. Today was kind of like my rest day, and yeah, that meant that I didn't really have a morning routine. I'm not really working today. I'm not really doing much. Well, I'm probably gonna edit this video tomorrow morning, but point being, it's literally the first week of January and I'm already taking a quote-unquote like break from my goals. But for me, that's what makes it sustainable, is I give myself one day a week where I just chill. And to me, that does not make it harder to pick back up my morning routine on Monday. I really view a morning routine as like a weekday thing. I don't know what it is. It's just how my mind works. But I slept until 9:30. I sat on the couch. I didn't read a nonfiction book. I read my smutty romance book and went for a walk with Matt and Stella. Came home, made some breakfast. Haven't really done anything, and that's okay. That to me is what's gonna actually lead me to probably hit my goals long term, is taking those breaks. And one thing I really want to focus on this year, and this is kind of like, I guess, an image, but so let's say you at your best is like a fully charged battery, okay? We tend to only realize our burnout when we're like at the 20%, like red flashing battery, right? This year I want to focus more on taking rest when I'm at like the halfway point. You know, when your battery is like 50% and it's yellow. I don't want to wait until my battery is flashing and needs to be charged to recharge. So by me taking a half day or a full day on the weekend to just like chill and rest and relax and spend intentional time with my family, that is me recharging and kind of avoiding that burnout, because I do think it's possible to burn out trying to get to your goals, right? If you're putting too much on your plate. So that's my little pep talk for this Saturday, is that it's okay, and it's probably actually healthy long term to just chill, just relax. I wanted to go ahead and just kind of have that chat with you guys and probably end the vlog off here. If you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope it served as a reminder that we don't need to have an all or nothing mindset in 2023. We also don't need to wake up and do 100 things to contribute to our goals every day. You know, pick 2 or 3 things you want to focus on that day, and I promise you long term, it'll just be better for you and your well-being. And I'm really excited to see where 2023 takes all of us, and I hope you guys are having a great year so far. And I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next vlog. Bye!